Greetings, walruses and carpenters. This is Mad Hatter Patrick. Alice in Wonderland is considered a classic in both the books and some movies. No matter which adaptation you're thinking of, you have seen Alice in Wonderland. People who have read the books or seen the 1951 Disney anime movie has remembered the characters and the bizarre events that lack any sort of logic whatsoever. And from time to time, Hollywood would try to think up a big Alice in Wonderland project in both movies and TV shows. And seeing how I'm Mad Hatter Patrick, it only makes sense I review any sort of adaptation of Alice in Wonderland. Now, which one? I don't want to review anything from Disney, and I don't want to review that bootleg one from Good Times Entertainment. So tell me people, what sort of Alice in Wonderland adaptation do you want me to review? Are you kidding me? Yeah, the title says it all. I'm actually going to review this thing. But when I was a kid, I was never into the Care Bears nor seeing the cartoon. The only thing I remember watching anything Care Bears related was the Nutcracker Suite. But here, we're going to look over one of the 3 films that ironically got a theatrical release and somehow got attached to the classic Lewis Carroll books, Alice in Wonderland. Welcome to another episode of the Wonder Reviews. Let's go down the rabbit hole. This is Care Bears, Adventure in Wonderland. I don't know how or why they got the Alice books into a cartoon based on toys and green cars, but apparently it exists. So what's the plot? Well, a white rabbit called upon the Care Bears to find the Princess of Wonderland because she has been kidnapped by an evil wizard. And they had to find her or else the evil wizard will become king. But in order to stall for time, they found a girl named Alice who looks exactly like the princess, and now they had to teach her how to be a princess while everyone else continues to find the real one. Wait, I thought Alice in Wonderland didn't have a plot. You see, the reason why the source material worked in some adaptations, specifically the Disney cartoon, is to take Alice and even the audience on a magical journey while meeting up with strange characters and other wacky things. In here, well, it does have a journey on traveling through parts of Wonderland, but other times it tries to focus on Alice taking the princess's place and learning about being herself, which the latter is obviously predictable. But probably the most dumbest decision of them all is to make Wonderland more modern. Here are some examples. There is literally a rapping Cheshire cat. I'm not kidding, he's got the sunglasses, the hip-hop moves, and everything. And there's also this big scene where the Care Bears had to take down some giant robots. A movie, loosely based on a 19th century book, has robots in it. So yeah, the more I watched this movie, I felt like it could have been an episode of the TV show, just make it into a 2-parter. I will give it credit for giving out some wackiness to set the tone of Wonderland, and the movie is charming, making it too harmless to hurt it. I mean, it's Care Bears, it's obviously meant for little kids. Although the plot doesn't deserve to have a plot, I'm pretty sure kids will get some entertainment out of this. Look, the whole point of this movie is to have the Care Bears travel through Wonderland to find the princess. Just don't expect you'll feel welcome as a newcomer to this franchise. And before we talk about the characters, why is it that the Care Bears got themselves into this adventure? Well, it turns out one of the characters, Swift-Heart Rabbit, is actually related to the White Rabbit.
Someone called?
Swift-Heart! Thank goodness I found you.
Uncle!
Next thing you'll know that the lion's related to Simba. But including the rabbit, none of these characters go through any sort of story arc. They hardly have any personality but be happy and full of smiles. There is one Care Bear that is obviously different from the others, Grumpy Bear. But his only story arc is that he has a running gag where he's hungry and he hasn't eaten anything. For the Wonderland characters, they have only one simple role to play in. The White Rabbit is the nervous squire, the Tweedles are the annoying comic reliefs, the Mad Hatter goes by his true name where he wears a different hat with different personalities. Okay, to be fair, that's actually a clever idea. But the others like the Cheshire Cat and the Queen of Hearts are sort of out of character. The Cheshire Cat is now a rapping cat, and the Queen of Hearts is sweet and kind instead of angry and mean like in the original story. Then you have Alice, a little girl that complains that she's not special even though she is clearly happy for who she is. And the villain, the evil wizard, wants order over Wonderland to make it less crazy. But honestly, he's a terrible villain because most of his plans failed miserably. While the characters can be a bit charming, just don't expect any of them to be defined as a character. If I would have to give any credit for the Care Bears cartoon and the movie, is that the animation is pretty decent. It's not great, but it is colorful and nice to look at. The designs of the Care Bears are good enough to tell them each of them apart, and the special effects like the Care Bear stare are visually creative. Even Wonderland itself is really nice to look at, keeping it true to its overall wackiness like on the creatures and locations.
Hey, looky there! The Caterpillar traffic cop!
But there is a problem that shows that this movie belongs on TV. And that would be the character animation, since the movements are sometimes lazy and not rendered well. Also, there are times in the movie that there are a few animation errors like no lip movements and badly awkward cuts in between. I have seen better looking cartoons than this, but to be fair, the animation is still okay as it is. Yep, this movie is also a musical. While the songs are not bad or anything, these are the kind of songs I'm not going to sing wherever I go. The song, Has Anybody Seen This Girl, is a pop song meant to fill in the montage. The Wonderland song and the King of Wonderland has sometimes forgettable lyrics but memorable visuals. And the rapping Cheshire Cat song is way too outdated and ridiculous for its existence. Do you know what's even more ridiculous? Get to the end credits and hear Grumpy Bear rapping. No, really, it's there.
And topping it with pickled beets.
Pickled beets?
Uh-huh. Topping it with pickled beets. Oh, yeah.
But there are two songs that are nice to listen to. Rise and Shine is a good opening and has a great performance by Natalie Cole. And Mad About Hats is this over-the-top song where the Mad Hatter wears different types of hats.
Some are more daring, they laugh at fate. It's a matter of taste, but it must be great.
You like hats? I'm mad about hats.
While the songs are tolerable to listen to and have nice visuals, they just seem less engaging. This movie is crazy for its existence. Even after all of that, it's still mediocre. Care Bears Adventure in Wonderland is just a movie that is obviously meant to target little kids. Granted, the animation is decent, it has a certain charm kids will get into, and it is too harmless to dislike it, but the story is flat, the characters are bland, and the songs are weak. This movie and the franchise has only one target audience only, kids ages 7 and under, along with some Care Bears fans. But if you're curious about the idea of Care Bears in Wonderland, it's fine. It wouldn't hurt to give it one watch. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to have dinner with the Cheshire Cat. Thank you for watching my video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe me to share your thoughts. And stay tuned every week for a new review and other project. See you soon.